So your brand, Think Unbroken, and your podcast, you've got, on Apple, over 600 episodes that are on there. What's the workflow look like? How are you creating so much content? Most people, they make 8 episodes and then they forget about the podcast. Some people do the ultra high achievers. Joe Rogan, do you know how many episodes Joe Rogan has?
Yeah, it's like 1,500 or something, right?
Dude, you're in there.
Yeah.
You're in that world. What's that workflow look like?
In the beginning, the workflow was me, right? And now we have a team. So in fact, we have a podcast production company because I realized I needed to do for other people what I did for myself. And that was to make me the talent and then have the team do all the rest. Because what effectively had happened is at first, like most people who start a podcast, I didn't really take it very seriously. And initially, I started my first show in 2012. This was before podcasts were anything. Like I was recording with some friends on Skype, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And like, I gave up because I didn't understand. And then like 5 years ago, I love podcasts. I watch podcasts like people watch TV shows. I know who's on Tuesday. I know who's on Wednesday. I know who's on Thursday. Like that's how I consume them. And again, it's that curiosity. Like I just want to learn all the time. And so at first, what had happened is I realized like I couldn't really have continuity. And people do this all the time. Like, hey guys, I know we haven't talked in a while. It's been 8 months since I released a show, but no one gives a shit, dude. We know you don't take it seriously. Thanks for making an excuse. I did that too. I'm raising my hand. And then I was like, okay, wait, what is the mission? Why am I actually doing this? Well, at the crux of Think Unbroken, all of this comes down to one thing, right? Can I end generational trauma in my lifetime through education and information? That's it. That's the only fucking thing I care about, right? So that another kid does not have a story like mine. In fact, I believe in it so much, I got Unbroken tattooed on my fucking knuckles. Like, so I have to see it every single day because I believe in it. And when I sat and I realized like that was the mission, I took my phone out of my pocket and I hit the timer and I said, you have got to create all of the content, do the editing, make the transcript, do the blog post, create the RSS feed links, blah, 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 start to finish. How long does this take? Because I really needed to understand the dynamics of it. And now this was almost 5 years ago. We have more technologies. It's very different. But it was 9 hours for one episode. 9 hours. And I said, okay, cool. What is feasible here? I can do this once a week. I can do once a week. And then I was like, actually, I'm going to bring on a team. And then we'll add more. And then we're going to add more team. Last year, we did 365 episodes.
Wow.
This year, I'm a little tired, so we're only doing about 280.
Oh, is that all?
But I was able to build a team to do that. And so I'm always looking for solutions, right? But a solution is fruitless without having a purpose and clarity. So you can sit here and be like, I want to make a podcast till the cows come home. And be like, great, cool, whatever. During COVID, there's data on this. If you go and look at the rise of podcasts during COVID, they fucking skyrocketed. Like there was like 1 million new podcasts in 2021. And it's back down to like 20% of that. Because people realized how much work it really, truly takes. And so I think those people mainly failed because, well, probably a lot of reasons, but predominantly because they weren't clear about the mission. Why are you doing this? Because it is a job. It is a career. Like I do this professionally now, but that only came through understanding what the end goal is.
For you, you've had amazing guests on the podcast. You shared with me today some of the guests and you talked about on the show. How are you getting these sick, high profile, like top achievers to come on your podcast? Is it?
Yeah, dude, join my program, $97 a month. No, I'm teasing. Look, here's the truth, man. I get all.
Do you have a program about that?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just bullshitting.
Link in the bio.
Link in bio.
Oh, I got one now.
I'll literally just tell you how to do it. It's very simple. Ask everybody all the time. Be annoying when and I give a lot of love to Anthony Trucks. AT was the first dude to put me on. And that was like 3.5, almost 4 years ago. And from him, I just started name dropping, hitting up people who he'd been on and blah, blah, blah. And then it just created a snowball effect. But you got to be relentless too, man. Like, this is fact. She knows I talk about this because her and I have had this conversation over dinner. I had to email Lisa Bilyeu and her team and DM them 37 times in 6 months to get her on the show. I asked Tom Bilyeu, and he came on the first time. Right? But the point in saying that is I wanted Lisa on the show. I wanted Tim Story on the show. I wanted Anna Lamke on the show. I wanted John Lee Dumas on the show. I wanted all these amazing people on the show. Why? Because I wanted to learn from them, and I knew that my audience could take huge value from them. And so most of these people, look, here's a lie. I'm just telling you the secret of podcasting. A lie that people have told themselves is that other people are inaccessible. Bro, all these people check their DMs. Don't get it twisted. You just got to catch them at the right moment. And then you got to follow up. That's what I learned in sales really young. Dude, I get rejected 25 times a day, right? And then follow up. That's the same thing I applied over here. Podcasting and getting people on your show is sales. But dude, look, here it's more than that too. You need to treat this craft as a craft. You need to develop your talent and your skills. You need to be studious of what it is to be a good podcaster. There's have you ever seen Training Day with Denzel Washington? Oh my God, you're missing out on arguably one of the greatest films ever made. I'm going to give you a little context. There's a scene in which Denzel's in the car with his rookie. He's trying to be a detective. I'm not going to spoiler alert this for you because this movie came out in like 2004. All right. So you need to just go watch it. But there's a scene where Denzel is with this rookie. This rookie's mission is he wants to become a detective, but he has to be a narcotics officer first. And Denzel hands him a crack pipe. And he goes, a good narcotics officer must love and know narcotics. What does that have to do with podcasting? You want to be a good podcaster? You want to get great guests? You want 600 episodes? You want hundreds of reviews, millions of listens? You must consume podcasts. I just don't know how else you get proficient at it.
399 almost 5-star reviews on your podcast.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go review his podcast and get over the 400 number for him.
Yeah. I hope it happened today. I think there's one. This is a weird one. Here's what I want to tell you. You said something about not caring about people's words. This is so incredibly important. When people think about trauma coaches and trauma podcasts, my name comes up all the time, right? That's just the nature of it. That's what has been created through what I do. I have one-star review.
It's from me.
No. And it's from you. I knew it was. Look, and if I get more, I don't care, but I'm going to make a point here. The review said, I don't even know what this podcast is about. Do they even talk about trauma? And I'm like, I don't think you're listening to the right show, bro. Right? And so that would sway people. That would stop people in their tracks. And I'm just like, who gives a fuck? I think it's funny. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm like, did you listen to this show?
Thanks for checking out this short clip from the full podcast I did. If you want to see another clip, go ahead and click the link right here. Or if you want to see the full podcast, you can click the link right here and check it out.